Welcome to another episode of
Nerd
Out. By the third one, you're done. I'm Randy. This is Brian, and we're kind of going old school. We're gonna just sort of like talk about a whole bunch of shit at once because honestly, like I got a lot of stuff. Surprise, surprise. And
it's been a big weekend.
It's been a big week, yeah. And it's like I don't know that like I have it in me to do all individual reviews, so we're just gonna throw it up there. I do want to immediately talk about Blade Runner. That's where I want to go.
That's where we can tie this all into Blade Runner, I'm sure.
I think so too. I don't know that. I think we'll try to keep it spoiler free, like our conversation. Me? But you think it's too hard?
No. Yeah.
All right, then maybe we should save it for the end then, because that way someone can turn it off before we talk about Blade Runner. So we can tell. You know what I'm saying?
We'll try and keep it spoiler free until the end.
All right. So do you want to start with something? Okay. So then we'll talk about Blade Runner towards the end. I got this Mayfx 2001 Space Odyssey. It's David. No, it's
that's Frank Poole.
Frank, right?
Yeah.
It's by Mayfx, and I love this thing. Like, dude, this is the kind of toy I want on my shelf. Like first of all, I like
2001 toys.
Yes.
They better come out with an ape to go with it.
Oh, really? You would want an ape?
Hell yeah, wouldn't you? You don't think one of those like Cro-Magnon man and with a monolith in between them?
With a monolith. I want a monolith with this.
Yeah.
I love this thing. Like, I love it because of what it is. Like, I guess they're doing a whole Stanley Kubrick line. I would totally want a Jack from The Shining. I think they're doing Clockwork Orange, which
I want Private Pile.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Gunnery Sergeant.
This is so great. I love the detail on everything. My only complaint about this figure is that I kind of wish that his helmet would be removable.
And the shoulders suck.
Sorry,
those shoulders are terrible.
I agree. That's just is that just a Mayfx thing though?
I guess.
Yeah, I wish his visor was a little bit more see-through, but I get why I guess there's a yellow one out too, which I want to get. But just the simple fact that they did a 2001 Space Odyssey like action figure is like I had to have it.
What if they did a pod?
That would be awesome.
Oh my god, they'd be so cool.
I just like oddball figures from like late 70s, early 80s movies. Did we talk about?
It is a 60s movie.
Oh yeah, it is 60s.
Well,
you're right.
They
but
made that
general,
movie before we ever saw our planet from space.
Really?
It's an old movie.
It came out before 60.
They did 62. Pretty sure.
No, it was like 68, 69. No,
I might be right. I think it's old.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean they were like. Yeah.
Wow. Did we talk about this guy? I got the Star Wars.
I don't know if we did on film.
By the time this comes out, we'll have the Last Jedi trailer will be out. Praetorian Guards. I didn't like him at first.
I still don't.
You still don't?
No. Dracula. Dracula. It's the Dracula
armor. Wow, the
man.
Dracula arms.
Very old man.
I've grown to like it.
Okay.
I like the head, not in this one, but they do a version where it's like an old school like Gothic knight, and I like the head of that. This figure though, the what
that doesn't go there, I don't think.
The what? Yeah, the shoulder.
Yeah.
The arms are hard to move up and down because of the. It's a Star Wars black figure. Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm shitting on you. I'm not a big fan of the Star Wars black.
Shit on them. No, take a dump right on their front yard. I say go for it.
I just don't think that they're a high quality. Like I think they're fine.
I don't like the design of it. Like where's his? Where does he have a face shield in there? Or is the helmet all one piece?
I don't know.
Like, I don't like that at all.
Do you think on screen you'll see more?
Maybe.
I'll make a prediction.
So. I hope this is just a bad figure. I'm sure it is just a sort of.
Well, no, because I didn't like the design at first. It just took me time to get to it. I predicted. I don't know if this is in a very like I'm not predicting something. It's not a big reach, but I think these are going to be the Knights of Ren.
I think so too.
Yeah, and that's cool. Like right. I also got at TFCon Transformers. I got this Bumblebee oversized knockoff, and I kind of love it. I bought it with the specific motivation of the fact that I'm a Revoltech junkie. And it fits in perfectly. Dude, did you feel this thing?
Not yet. It's too bad they didn't make Revoltechs like that, dude.
No, see, that's my one complaint about this, is that I wish it was a little bit more detailed like a Revoltech. That's, again, where I fall. Like, I would rather have a realistic-looking thing than a toy thing. But it is nice quality, right?
Yeah, this is pretty nice.
It's fun to transform, too, because with the larger size, you can get in and, like, you can handle it. But it's gonna go on my Revoltech shelf. I'm excited.
That was the best Vinyltech ever made.
No. See, that's just like I'm a Vinyltech nut. You're little. They were too complex for your ability of transformation.
No, I just think they look ghetto because they have like shit hanging off of them.
I like
everywhere.
it.
I mean, I liked some of them. Like I love like the smoke screen is awesome.
Too much
Grimlock
kibble
is awesome. Yeah, but like the Prime is a piece of garbage. I'm sorry, that truck is.
I could easily understand you.
I'm not calling it garbage. I take that back. None of them are garbage.
No,
just my aesthetic. But
I understand that.
But no, somewhat they're sweet. A lot of them are sweet.
I think they are kibbly, but you got to full design. I am a fan of kibble on robots, if it's done in a certain way, and it's simply because I like to see the aspect of the automobile or the vehicle in the robot mode. And with kibble, you get that. Without the kibble, it's too tight, and you can't even tell that you couldn't even tell that this was from an automobile. And I like seeing the realistic automobile. It's just my preference.
I agree with you, but I think this looks like if you can't tell this is a VW.
No, absolutely.
Like
No, you're right. You know what? There's things that, if you could combine the two, I think you nailed it.
But my problem with some of the Vinyltechs, I couldn't tell they were robots. And the robots, a couple of them, only a couple of them.
Like which one? Like I don't know. Like you said the Optimus Prime, but I don't know. I love them, but maybe it was a time in my life where it was just like it took, dude. If they made
the Miata, which one turned
Miata? None.
What was that?
There's like a Honda, like a weird Honda.
What did Sideswipe turn into?
Oh, Viper.
Yeah, that one I didn't like.
It's some problems.
Like the ones that like. I guess that's really the only one.
I think they will forever be my favorite Transformer toy line. But speaking of Transformers, I finally got at TFCon the Nitro Zeus. Was he ever in the Transformers movie?
I don't think so. I think he's just an end-of-line made-up character that's sort of sweet.
For some reason, I thought I remember seeing his face because he's got a Shockwave face. I think this is a cool toy. I'm very happy to have gotten him. The transformation, which you should take and borrow, is really it's kind of frustrating in certain points. Like there's always
those wings look intense, like a pain in the ass.
These are a pain to fold apart because if you fold them apart, they fall apart, and then you have to put them back together. There are things about this that are a total pain in the ass, but overall, besides liking the robot and the vehicle mode, I think it's worth the $30. I think this is a good.
It's bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Really? You thought it was going to be a deluxe?
Yeah, I thought it. I thought it was going to be a Titan's Return scale, size figure. You know?
Oh, okay. No, I dig it. If anyone out there can tell me what do you do? It's cool because they clearly made this. They're gonna make a mold, obviously for
Titan's Returns. Yeah.
But I don't know where to store the head in vehicle mode because it doesn't quite It's supposed to, I think, according to the instructions, it's just supposed to hang low in the vehicle mode, but it falls off, and it's drives me crazy. I don't. Where do you put the head? I thought you'd put it in the cockpit.
Probably don't put it anywhere.
I think so too. That's fail.
Yeah, that fail. But that's what happens when you get pre-molds and shit like that.
Yeah, I could see
They're
that.
Just gonna throw a Titan's Return head on it.
Anyway. Yeah. I could see that whatever. I like the vehicle, but I like jets. I could see that whatever this is going to be retooled into is going to be awesome. That's my thought. Speaking of Transformers, again, I want to thank James. I won't use your last name, but thank you. He reached out to me, and he's like, hey, all of a sudden, these popped up on Hasbro Toy Shop. They're exclusives. Order one. And they were a little expensive.
What's expensive?
Dude, it was 25 plus shipping. So it's it ends up being a $30 Titans Returns. And I was kind of a little apprehensive about it, but I'm so glad I went for it because it's essentially like a Takara version. It's all painted up. It's a cool retool too. The transformation is actually really different than Twinferno, which is I think who it's supposed to be.
It's close.
Which was my
my least favorite figure.
Twinferno.
Hate it.
I got issues with him too. This is cool. The head. Do you have any idea what that is? I don't know if you'll get it. I don't know that you're skilled enough of a toy collector to know. It's a sweet nod.
Face.
Yeah,
you gotta tell me.
He's a battle beast. He's a battle beast. I think it's Sabertooth.
Never got into the junk, man.
Really?
I'm not calling you.
No, yeah, Battle
That's
Beasts
way
were
beyond
so
me,
great.
though. Yeah.
Battle Beasts were awesome. I have a complete run. Anyone out there? Just wanted to know.
Hey, quick update! I just got this guy, Slug Singer, and guess what? I think he's super cool!
But this was great. Here's what they screwed up on, though. They sold out in like an hour, dude. Would you be pissed if you were a Titans Returns collector or like whatever and you missed that?
No, not really. I mean, yeah.
Really?
Like, the toy shop shit doesn't count to me. It's like, you know what? It's like, I'm to the point right now where they make it so difficult to get a fucking figure. Yeah. I don't care. Fuck you. You want to make it that hard?
But that's my point.
I'll just go buy good shit. Like,
I
and now, like I'm so done with it because if I have to order on the internet now to get toys, I'm not gonna buy this junk. I'm gonna get something good. I'm gonna buy a Make Toys. I'm gonna buy something good. You're like, no more toy stores anymore. Toys R Us is now gone.
Well, it isn't gone, bankruptcy. But it's not gone. That
they declared bankruptcy.
Right, that doesn't mean it's gone.
Okay,
though.
a year
gone. After the holidays.
It's history. So, for all intents and purposes, there will be no more Toys R Us.
Probably, but
Target and like just what you see at department stores and stuff like that. So if I have to order everything, I mean, bye.
Really? But the thing is like, because of online
I'm not going to mail order that. No way. I'm just going to order like high-end stuff if I have to, you know?
I mean, I guess that's just your collecting preference is just higher-end stuff. Like, I get what you're saying.
If I can't buy that in a store at the spur of the moment, I don't care. Like,
yeah, I get where you're coming from. My issue is the shipping cost. Like, if this was the price of what it would be in the store without having to pay additional shipping costs, I would have no issue with it. And I wouldn't have any issue with it if it was available. But here's a good example. Are you familiar with the situation with the Power Lords from Four Horsemen?
What about?
So they did they offered up the rest of the Power Lords figures plus a bunch of repaints to fans. You had to pre-order them,
of course,
and it was not a Kickstarter, but if they got enough orders, they would go ahead and release them. Does that make sense? Okay, but the thing is they didn't tell you what their goal is, so it wasn't transparent like a Kickstarter. Like Kickstarter, they're transparent.
You know exactly
Absolutely.
what. Yeah.
So that means that the fans can help make it happen. But when you're not transparent and you don't know what the goal they have to reach, what can you do? Like, you can't really help motivate it. So they didn't advertise it well. They had a due date. Like, they essentially set it up for failure.
No thanks.
Yeah, man. It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and it's like, as soon as they make it difficult like that, I'm out. Just on principle alone, I'm like, no, make it. I'm your fucking customer. Excuse my French.
No, yeah.
But I am your customer. Make it easy for me. I'm trying to give you my money and buy a toy. In this economy, I'm a grown man who's buying a toy, and you're going to have the audacity to make that hard on me? Absolutely not. No, I'm not going to work that hard for it. I refuse. I will go buy my high-end Sentinel
You're saying if you're going to put your effort into doing it, you want a high-end product.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
don't make this difficult to get.
Exactly. I mean, it's cute, whatever, but it's...
I get your point.
It's junky, man, and it's like...
It's something that you should be able to walk into a Walgreens and find.
Yeah, and I mean, I know you and I are different because you live and breathe this shit. And I get it, and I do. But for the people that don't, that like, you know...
casual collector.
Casual collector, or not even casual collector, but I mean, I would... Even for... I don't know. I mean, I would say you're a step above a hardcore.
No, I am. I'm hard. Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can't compare you to a lot of people.
No,
Let's just be honest about that.
I am.
And I'd say I'm a little bit above casual, at least my knowledge is.
Definitely.
Like, casual collectors aren't watching YouTube. Like, I know a lot, I just don't buy. But it's like, my point is, like, I have a job that is outside of this industry. Go to work every day, whatever, doesn't matter.
You don't live and breathe toys.
But don't you dare make me work to get something like that.
I kind of agree with you.
And it's like, that's what pisses me off. And it's like, I'm not trying to say I'm above anything, but if you're going to sell me some damn toy with holes in it and shit,
I get what you're saying.
If don't make it more than it is.
If you're sitting at work and you gotta like go online to order something, it better be something like worth ordering. Like, this is just a $20 toy that should be made available. I mean,
be
if you
easy
want
to
to make
get,
it
and
online, but at least make it
Yeah.
easy to get.
Yeah, don't make it sell out in an
No,
hour
an hour,
or anything
right.
like that. You're
Right.
just betraying your fan
I
base.
agree.
And I get pissed off. Like when a
You
Macross
already-
toy does that.
Right? No, they don't. No, look, I get it.
Like-
Like they don't want to order sell toys, but like you've got to at least try to meet your demand.
Exactly. Don't screw your fan base
Yes.
over. And they
Yeah,
do.
they did. I agree. I got one again thanks to people making me aware of this situation, but it's like the Mezco Wolverine, same thing. Like I was very lucky to have gotten that, but damn, I would be pissed if I didn't.
What
Like
do you think of the Mafex one?
the Mafex or the Revoltech?
They want to talk about the Revolt.
Revoltech is the yellow one.
Yeah, the Revoltech.
I
I'm
hate
sorry.
it.
Yeah, that thing.
I
is
want to
so
see it in
ugly.
person, but
I
think
don't.
it's so
I think
ugly.
that thing will look worse, and it looks terrible.
I'm not into the Revoltech thing, man.
Yeah.
I know that people defend it, but I don't understand like why. Like I understand it's really articulated, but I don't understand why articulation has to be so difficult. Like
Yeah, it
looks awful. If it can't look good in a static pose, then just buy a statue. Like I am not into Revoltech, and I do know that people out there they tried to convince me other ways. That's fine. I'm glad you like it. To me, it does nothing for me.
Me either. I like posability,
Me too.
but just enough.
Mhm.
Don't kill it. Don't
Yeah,
make
it's
it
too
look
much.
bad to make it. Don't
Right.
make it look gross to like make it posable.
Plus, like, in order to get certain positions, you have to, like, bend things in certain ways. Like, it's not a consistent, articulated setup. Like, it just makes no sense to me. Like, I don't understand it. All right, so let's start getting to Blade Runner, guys, and then we'll wrap it. First, I got the figures from Neca. I've had a lot of issues with Neca in the past. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think those issues are going to go away. I'm very happy.
You got paint coming off on these?
No, nothing is broke,
Okay.
so that's a plus. Thank you, Neca. It's very durable, and the sculpts are really good. They increased some of the articulation actually, and I give them credit for this. Look, they actually made like a double jointed, like
Nice.
so that's really important. Like I'm not
You
super.
like these sculpts though? Huh?
What's that?
You like the sculpt?
I do, but the heads are pretty ugly.
Yeah, this Harrison is bad.
Do you think it's the paint or do you think it's the sculpt?
Well, the Harrison, I mean, not to be a dick, but he sort of had a bit of more of a barrel chest in the movie. He looks pretty thin here.
I don't know. I mean, okay.
His
I
hair
don't.
is way too thick. I mean, you could see scalp in the movie. Like, you could see through his hair.
I don't
Like,
know if I agree with those. I think that might be nitpicking a little bit, but
Do you think he looked like this in the movie?
well, I think
I mean,
that
I don't think that looks. I don't think his hair was like.
Was
he had
it?
way less hair in the movie? I mean, he's got the right.
I didn't
but
notice.
He looks like he's got a thick head of hair. In the movie, you could like.
How do you
see
make-
some scalp?
how
I'm
do you-
sensitive to stuff
No, okay.
like that too. I noticed.
Right.
Like I notice hair.
How do
a
you
lot.
make an action figure with like thinning hair but still having hair?
You
Like,
throw a little scalp in it.
so you're talking about paint then more? Is it the paint job?
I think it's a little bit just the hair is sculpted incorrect. It's just his hair doesn't look great to me. I don't know.
Can I see it?
It's your toy, man. You can do whatever you want with it. Yeah.
I think Harrison Ford has a very difficult face to capture. He's got a lot of same thing with Ryan Gosling. Like both these guys are handsome, unique looking guys. Like they're hard to capture. They have a lot of very specific features to them, and I think it's hard to capture. But with these, I think it's the paint job.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
can
know,
tell
man.
who they're supposed to be.
Right,
You
right.
know, so it's like good enough.
Are they
but-
almost characters of the characters?
Like this looks like this looks like you're like I'm Ryan Gosling.
Right,
like,
right.
Like, I'm Kay.
Right.
Like this one's sort of they look.
I'm really
Look
happy
silly.
they made them. I really am happy.
Yeah, I mean they're sweet either way, you know, but like.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, I was hardcore into NECA for a while, but I gotta be honest with you. Like, I'm starting to think the figures are maybe too big for my liking, too fragile for my liking, and the price is right though. Like, I think these are like $20 a pop, and like that really is a solid price. I hope that they come out with an original Blade Runner Deckard.
That would be sweet.
But I want to say we saw the movie twice, and I'm very happy to have these. I loved it.
Yeah, there's no. I have absolute no complaints about it.
Is it a
at all.
10?
I can't say that.
Well,
right
then
now.
you have
But
to have a
yes,
complaint about it.
No, not necessarily. But I can't. As of right now, I would say maybe a 10.
I think I'm going 9.5, 10. Here's my issue. My only issue with the movie. First of all, if you haven't seen it yet, it's a cerebral film. It's almost an art house film. It's
like the first one on steroids in every way.
Yes.
Like they moved up the action, they moved up the mystery, they moved up the visual effects. And I think they toned down the futurism a little bit,
really?
which I thought was pretty neat, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. See, maybe you're right. I will say this, if you're going in looking for a space adventure, don't go see this movie. This is not a space adventure. This movie, it is mind-blowing that it was made today. In today's day and age of film.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't Suicide Squad where it's quick editing and like, ha ha ha, I'm this guy, this is me, this is what I do. I'm this way, so you think this way.
You had to figure this
one out. You have to
think.
You have to think about this. They're not spelling it out for you.
Well, actually, I would disagree. I think it was spelled out so much. Especially the second time. Redundantly, it pissed me off a couple times.
Okay.
Like the part, we got to get into spoilers.
Okay.
So it shows where he's going over the scan and he finds the serial number.
Yeah.
Right? And then, like, the lady has to tell you, there was a pregnant replicant.
I think you're right.
But the first time around, I sort of...
Missed it?
No, I didn't miss it, but it's like I didn't realize I was hit over the head with it.
I understand.
But I think I think they were in a situation where they really were scared of making it too smart.
Much.
So they had to go put that in.
Still pretty smart though, but I do
It was very
understand.
smart. Yeah, it was very smart.
It's not like the original Blade Runner director's cut where like there are a lot of things in that movie where it's like you have to come to the conclusion what it is or try to like, but this movie I didn't think I ever needed it to be made, and I'm so happy it was made. It was beautiful, and
I didn't expect it to be what it was.
I think Denis Vella, how do you pronounce his last name?
Nope.
I think he's probably perhaps the best director there is in movie making right now. I don't know. I mean, come up with someone who's like younger, like newer director who makes films like that. Like whether
Christopher Nolan. I think he's a lot like Nolan. You know, which he's good too.
Yeah.
But
my kids are home. Should I pause it or just keep going?
Let them talk. It's fine.
Sorry.
But it was like it brought up as many questions as it did answer, which I love.
Yeah.
It expanded the universe so huge that my only complaint is that I want more. But what I don't know is that built-in need for more of it. That's sort of like that's intentional,
right?
And I don't know if I really do want more. Like I think my brain says right now, oh please give me more, I want more. But then me wanting more of it, it's like wanting something often is better than getting it.
Yeah.
And the simple fact that it makes me want more is what makes the movie good. So if they actually did deliver on it,
right,
would that be a Highlander 2?
No, I actually think that I would be perfect. Like I didn't want Blade Runner 2, but the thing is I actually think that there's a story to tell. But if they do leave it alone, it's fine too. Now here's a warning to the people who haven't seen it. It's long and it feels long. Because,
you thought so?
Yeah, I do.
I don't think it feels
really.
long.
I think it feels long because I feel like they took their time with this movie in a way that they don't do film anymore like that.
Which they had to. It's a 30-year follow-up. Take your time.
I
don't
agree.
Rush me out of the fucking theater.
But
I
like slow-paced, time-taking movies. Like I don't need quick cuts. Like I like this style. Of
it didn't feel slow-paced to me
Really?
at all. I mean, the first thing the guy did was go. The first scene was pretty intense.
The first scene was, but there's a lot.
A lot happened. I just think a ton of shit happened in that movie, and you were watching a couple different kinds of movies in the same movie.
No, I agree.
It turned into it started off as just this. I don't even know how to describe it. I can't categorize it.
Right.
I don't know.
There's a lot of moments though where you're literally walking with Agent K, and you're just walking with him.
And I love that.
I do too.
And even the first shot, he's asleep.
I
And
know.
it shows him wake up.
It's amazing.
I'll bet that has something to do with it. I'll bet the names are mean a lot, like joy and love.
Right.
And he has to destroy love.
Is that pronounced Joy or was that pronounced Joe?
Joy.
Oh, it is? Okay. And I do want to mention, beside the fact that all the acting was spectacular,
Yeah.
like there wasn't an actor in that movie that was bad, but Love was unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
she just kicked so much ass.
Because you hated her and liked her,
Yeah.
and sometimes you didn't know what to think about her. Yeah, she was like a total like Tarantino kind of woman to me.
I think this movie was an absolute masterpiece, and I'm gonna say that it's not gonna be for every film goer. Don't go to this movie with a beer in hand, thinking you're just gonna see a
People know
fast-paced-
that.
No, I don't think they do. Like,
Who
that's the
wouldn't
thing.
know that?
I think a lot of people
What
don't.
real nerd did?
No, not nerd. I'm talking about like this movie's gonna flop because there are gonna be people who saw the trailer and saw this cool flying car in it and they're like, let's go see that movie, sweetie. And then they're gonna go see that movie and they are not going to be able to handle it. It's a deep
You think
movie.
people are that
Yes.
crazy?
Yes.
Like who would go say like but so you
Based
think
on the
there's
commercial.
people that are going to see it
Yes.
that haven't seen the first one?
Yes, absolutely. Dude, like marketing, they spent a lot of money. Otherwise, there's no way that they could have
But
made
I don't
this
think
movie.
the marketing makes it look like an action movie. Like when I got exactly what I expected out of it. I was not. I mean, it was better,
Right.
but it was like I had expectations in it, and it beat all of them.
Me too.
Like,
But do you think people?
I don't think people
you
that
think the
dumb.
only people that are going to go see this are people who are like fans of the first movie? There's no way they could do that. They need to reach a bigger audience.
I think it's made for filmies. I mean,
Yes.
I don't think it's.
Yes.
I mean, this isn't some
But
summer
that's-
blockbuster.
no,
movie.
that's my
It
point.
came out. It's a fall movie. I mean,
No,
I think it's going to do exactly what it's intended to do.
Okay. I just think that it's going to fail miserably at the box office because there are going to be a lot of people who are going to go into this movie thinking they're going to get flying cars, and they are going to get flying cars, but I don't think they know what they're up for. And again, you have to think in this movie.
I gotta disagree on that.
Okay.
I think like I think people know exactly what they're getting. Like I couldn't imagine going in expecting like an action movie. Like it doesn't like
Based on the trailer, or based on like, hey, you're going, what's the new movies? This got new reviews. You're flipping through the movies, and then you see Blade Runner, and you're like, you think that everybody's gonna be like, yeah, I'm not gonna see this because I know this is gonna be like the cerebral 2-hour and 45-minute thinker. I think there's a lot of people who are gonna be going into that blind on that.
I think there's a lot of people that are go in for that though. That's what they're
Well,
looking
absolutely. Like that's what you and I went in for. But I think that the percentage of people who know what they're going into is much smaller than the people going into blind. My thoughts. I don't know. It's hard to say. But again, I think it was one of the best movies I've ever seen.
for. I would say it's the best piece of sci-fi of this millennium. I think.
Like going back of this millennium.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
But
that
what
there
else can you?
there was-
What else is there that's huge?
That was this impactful.
Like
No.
Star Wars doesn't count because like you get those Star Wars and Star Trek. There's this void.
Yeah, I agree.
Where if you make about 30%, there's a 30% margin of 100. Like you have to get about 30% of it right, and it's fine.
Yeah.
You just get some of this stuff in, it's okay. But you can do this, or that, and it all work, and you'd be happy. This movie, if you changed any little bit of it, it wouldn't be good.
Right.
It would like fuck it all up.
It wouldn't.
It was so tightly knit that every scene relied on the next one, and I love that.
I agree.
And that's what freaked me out the first time I saw it, is I didn't know if I liked it or didn't until it was over.
Yeah.
Like, I could not place any type of judgment on it till the movie was complete, because it was...
Because it was a puzzle, and you need to put it all together, and absolutely.
Yeah,
it
you
was very-
can't get up and go take a piss, which
It was
did.
tough. I had to take a piss twice.
Yeah, I did too.
It was really tough.
And that I was really glad seeing it the second time, and it's like... And it's funny when you see a movie the second time and you know right where you took the piss.
Yeah.
Like when it happened, I'm like, yep,
I know.
I missed that.
Me
You
too.
know the very second
Absolutely.
where you got up.
Well,
But
we
it's
saw
like-
it twice, and the second time I made sure that I was
Me
in
too.
my seat for those scenes.
Yep.
And I'm glad I did. Yeah, here's one more thing I want to say about it is it stands on its own. You absolutely do. You need to see the first movie in order to enjoy this movie?
No,
No.
My brother, he wasn't even really a fan of the first movie that much.
Yeah.
I mean, he respected it, but like he saw it, it's like yeah,
Right,
whatever.
right.
He hasn't seen it in a decade.
Right. He didn't,
Oh.
he doesn't remember all the nuances of
Yep.
it. I think it helps to see the first one. I recommend the final director's cut too. The narration sucks, but I think it stands on its own, like completely. I don't know, man. It's like, is there a better, like, Godfather 2 is like the only sequel that I can think that was, I don't know. I might have liked
Aliens.
Yeah, I like Aliens.
But I like this more than Aliens.
Do you?
Yeah, I think this is a better sequel than Aliens is to Aliens.
Oh, I agree.
Like,
is it a better sequel that like The Godfather 2 is The Godfather?
I don't know.
That's kind of tough.
I'd have to go back and watch. I haven't seen those movies in
right.
so long.
It's generally a rule of thumb as like, or how about like Empire to Star Wars? Is that not? No, because that's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
it's
you know
so
what?
hard.
That might be.
That might
Empire
be.
Strikes Back still might be better than this movie, but you know what? I'm sorry. Empire Strikes Back is a sequel. I'm not buying in all the bullshit of
It's a trilogy. It's
bullshit.
one story.
No. It's a sequel. Like Lucas made a movie and he made a sequel after it, and at that time you could only call it a sequel.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, the thing is about this movie is it felt so ingrained in that world, and everything fit, and the acting was spectacular.
So real. Like
it was great.
Like that's what I mean. It's like everything in it looked so big and so real. And I think they toned down the tech a lot from the first one.
What do you mean?
Like the apartments weren't as there weren't as many gadgets and gimmicks.
I think it was because it was post blackout.
And
I also
want
stylistically. Right. I
do
do recommend seeing. They did some movie shorts.
I did watch those.
I would recommend watching those. Those just add a little bit of character. But it's like everything was so fleshed out. Like it was so fleshed out. Kudos to them. Like.
They created a world.
Yeah.
They did what Lucas did in the first Star Wars is they created a world by telling you about things you'll never see.
Yes.
Which makes it real. They made it
absolutely
so real. And it's like you just know that dudes were sitting around.
It was lived in.
They created a lived in world that like these aren't my words, but like everything looked like it was on its like third or fourth owner.
Yeah, I see
which I loved and like
I loved it, man.
It was awesome.
I can't wait till it comes out on like home video or whatever, so I can sit on my couch and watch it and really take it in. But,
do you think Joey was sentient, like she was actually unique, or just product? His girlfriend.
I think that's like one of the questions is like, you know, where's that line? What's human? What's not? What has
That's
a
what
soul?
I loved about it, because it wants you to think one thing.
It does.
But then it's like when you watch the details of the movie, it's like no, it's sort of it wants you to think
Absolutely.
this. It makes you really think, and it doesn't tell you, and it makes you decide for yourself.
Which is as many questions as answers, and that's great.
And you can take it as dark or as light as you want it. Like you really can. Like you could say, oh, his girlfriend, she really was evolved and she was unique.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could say, but then she's not. It was just her programming.
Right.
And
I understand.
And it's like there's evidence for both. And that's what's just see it.
Yeah, just man. Really like and God. I'll be honest with you, like
and I don't think it's a slow burn as people say. Like
you don't see. I that's the one thing I will say is I think it was a slow film.
I think
you have
to Avengers. It is
right.
Like,
but again, I think 75% of the audience going into this is thinking they're going to get Avengers. Maybe I'm wrong. I really do.
Shame on those people.
Yeah, shame on those people.
I mean, if you're right, I mean, I'm not. Man,
I could be wrong, but that's what I think is. That's what I think is going to happen.
You like music and things.
Oh, so.
Like if you like music and just stuff, and it throws you all over the spectrum because 1 second it's like,
yeah,
and then it's totally quiet.
Right.
I remember I was eating Skittles next to you, and I'm like, he's gonna get so annoyed because like I happened to get him right before the movie got silent. I'm like, and it's like, it gets quiet, and then it beats the hell out of you with sound and all this stuff that. It's so visceral and it'll overload you.
It'll challenge you. If you wanted something to challenge you, this movie will challenge.
10.
10. I think so, 10. Man. I really don't know.
I'm nervous to give out 10s because I don't do it really, but
honestly, I think I'm going to go with 10 too. That took a lot out of me. Anything else? Well, anyways, this was just a hodgepodge, potpourri of nerd outs. Please subscribe. Check us out on Instagram. Feel free to post your thoughts of Blade Runner 2049 in our comments. I would love to hear where you stand or what your thoughts are.
Let's decide if we're gonna get a sequel. We're gonna put it up. This video.
Yeah.
Your comments decide if we get a sequel.
If we do, it has to be, without question, it has to be directed by Denis. It has to be. Like, I won't accept.
I agree, but the whole thing is, do you think that's realistic, or do you think they'll get some other guy to do it?
No,
because like Denis, he's an artist.
Yes.
Does he want to keep going? Does he just want to plant this in our heads and then move along, or does he want to show us what he planted?
I don't know.
That's what I think about, because it's like the next movie. It would be a
war movie, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna do a lot. It's gonna involve a lot more showing and a lot less thinking. Which
not
is fine.
necessarily though.
Not necessarily.
Did you think this was gonna be such a thinker? I didn't think
I thought it was gonna be a thinker, but not this much.
Yeah,
not this much.
No, me neither.
And this movie blew all my expectations out of the water.
Do you like it better than the original?
I can't answer that.
I know, me neither. I'm not ready to answer that.
Which means yes.
Yeah, well,
which at the moment means yes.
Yeah.
But I need to own it and watch it on my couch.
Me too. I mean, we've got 30 years of a movie. I mean, to like try to figure that out.
But I'm glad. I think he did better than Ridley could have done with it now.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, I just say
Ridley Scott does not have the capability of doing that kind of movie anymore.
I'm
just sorry.
It's just no, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. Like Mr. V. I'm gonna call him Mr. V.
Who's Mr. V?
Danny.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to say that.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it wrong. Right. So Mr. V,
is
you are a true artist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they move. Like I don't like art films, man. I get annoyed with pretentious, like too long. Yeah. But I didn't in this. I'm like every shot was beautiful. Yeah. It was beautiful and like it made perfect sense. It had the balance. It was like. Perfect.
I've got nothing else to say about it. That captures it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Until next time,
nerd out.
Hey guys, I just got this guy.